Hi, welcome to Make or Repair. Last Christmas, a friend bought two of these for us. They're S-Fixx interconnecting wall lights. They're battery powered, they have a motion sensor, and they interconnect by radio, so both operate in unison. And they're actually quite handy. We have them on our upstairs landing, sitting on a side table, and it's handy for guests since the spare bedroom doorway is right at the top of the stairs, and the light switch is just a little way away. Now, I do have two complaints. First, they're only supposed to come on at night, but they seem to operate all the time. And secondly, the battery runs out a little too fast. Well, it's supposed to be 1200 milliamp hours, and it should last a fair amount of time. Now, I plan to take it apart. Let's see how it works. Let's see how the light sensor works, if I can adjust it at all. And then also I'll remove at least one of the LEDs, because that actually just points at the desk and does nothing. So hopefully I can at least get some better battery life. And that would be a lot better, of course, if they didn't trigger during the day as well. Anyway, first of all, I can see there's a screw here. I think I can feel a small indent just here. So I'm going to kind of, yep, there it is. Guess there's a screw hole right there. Yeah, that's clicking around. Okay, that feels all right. Oh yes, it even comes off quite easy, I think. So I've taken it apart. It's a 1200 milliamp hour battery, 4.4 watt hours. Pretty much as specified on the back really, so that's straightforward. We've got a lens at the top and bottom. Here's our board. So just here, you can kind of see in the reflection, maybe there, we've kind of got that's the shape for the aerial. Here's our RF chip to allow them to communicate with each other. So this is just bog standard stuff. Got a microcontroller here with no part number on it. There's no part number on that either, but you can tell what it is because of the aerial, because of the three capacitors and the little oscillator just there. These are two segment LEDs, so there's a white and kind of an orangey colour in all of these, and the same with these end ones. So I think you can probably just see I don't know if you can see for certain, but the top and the bottom, as I look at it now, two different LEDs. We've got an FY4057, which is the same as TP4057, which is just a simple charging chip. 500 milliamp hour charger. So that's very straightforward. You plug in the USB here and off it goes. Did the USB? Yeah, the USB's got a couple of programming resistors just here to tell it to draw 5 volts, and I think that's up to 800 milliamps it can draw. And yeah, and then we've got a couple of current resistors over here and some transistors to switch the LEDs, and that's your lot, this being your IR sensor. And just here we've got our light sensor and a resistor just here, and they're forming just a voltage divider. Now, I've been playing around with another one of these, trying to get this, because the problem at the moment is these are on my landing and they work all the time. This light sensor is supposed to make it not work when there's plenty of ambient light around, but it's just not working. This sits behind this stripe just here, which is a translucent material, but it's not even quite behind it. It's slightly offset just a little bit. Okay, so let's get rid of the first LED off the bottom, and this should be easy enough. Yep, there we go. And I'll get some of the smaller ones on the board off later on, I think. Hopefully there you might be able to see the two-part LED. So it's not particularly powerful, and it's exactly the same as the ones on here as far as I can see. Okay, so we're down to 2 LEDs on that one. Let's just check it works. Yep, that's fine. Just a lot less power. I haven't measured the power on this. It's a bit awkward, to be honest, with this connector. Oof. So here's the little detection circuit. I've just drawn it out. It's dead simple, of course, and as it gets lighter, the output voltage increases. Now, first, the 1 meg resistor makes it very, very unresponsive. You can make it much better with a lower resistor, say 47K. And I've tried it with 39, got quite good responsiveness, but no luck, of course. And in fact, a 1 to 10K would probably be typical. But then I discovered the reason for the problem is that the amount of light in the casing is so low that it's always heavily shaded. And with a bit of experimenting, I found that the light dark threshold on that microchip, it's 2.9 volts. And the top of the diode is 3 volts. So they're clearly using an ADC, not a logic threshold, and anything under 2.9 volts is considered dark. Put it another way, Unless you shine bright sunlight on it, the microcontroller interprets everything as nighttime. Given the diodes in the shaded box, it always allows the light to turn on. Now, I should be able to prop up the voltage a bit by using a bigger resistor, but 10 megohms, I just gave up. It's hopeless. That diode needs a light pipe, it needs a far better circuit to handle the lower light levels, and they could have just made it far better by using a smaller resistor and setting the ADC threshold low, not high. Anyway, in my opinion, this is just a basic design fail. It's absolute rubbish. Anyway, I've taken out 4 of the 7 LEDs, so this should roughly double the battery life. But short of making a little daughter board with a better detection circuit, I'm not going to get that day-night sensor working. Anyway, this is enough. I hope you enjoyed this little teardown and little attempt at modification. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and whatever please subscribe. Anyway, bye for now.